19 years old, my mom got pregnant off a one-night stand and went back to college to find out that she was pregnant with me. So as any 19-year-old, she was forced with the choice to either abort me or put me up for adoption. Seeing as how my whole family comes from really strong Catholic roots, it made more sense for her to put me up for adoption than to abort me. They found a family that was really interested in adopting me, and I actually went home from the hospital with a different family. My mom, from what I hear, was really inconsolable, and she had 24 hours to change her mind and did. So the adopted family had to then give me to my mom. It's something that, as an adult man, I can understand now, but I never really felt like I was wanted. So growing up, my mom was, in her early 20s. She didn't really know who she was as a woman, and she had awful taste in men. There was a lot of cases where I had to deal with her being abused, and where I physically got abused. There was one instance where I woke up, her boyfriend, after he'd been on an all-night bender, he picked me up and slammed me through a table. At that moment, I realized that I had to be a man and that I couldn't just be a little kid anymore. I couldn't cry, I couldn't be upset, I had to be tough. It's really hard to, at like 8 years old, hold your mom and tell her everything's gonna be okay. It's hard to be something that you have no idea on how to be because the male examples in your life were so awful. So I turned to art and drawing and music as ways to kind of vent my frustration. In high school, I was involved in a lot of faith-based things. Played music, tried to keep up appearances. When I went to college, the parameters of which I could make people happy shifted dramatically. So instead of being really involved in Christ and music and art and things that previously were the definitions of who I was, I had to desperately seek a new definition. So I began caring less and less about the things that I had known before, and through all of that, I became a shell of a person. So I began, womanizing and really kind of falling down this path of self-destruction that I had no idea who I really was at all. Through that, I found multiple facets of just being a bad person. Manipulating, lying, stealing, doing whatever I had to do in order to get what I wanted. Essentially, rock bottom for me was after my big ex and I broke up. I had thoughts of suicide. I really had no idea where to go and what to do. I just knew that if I didn't make a bold change, if I didn't do something, I was going to end up in a really, really bad spot. And whether that meant killing myself or hurting somebody else really bad, I just knew that neither was an acceptable option.
Into the world, to the wild. and what I need. Savior and enemy are both trying to take my soul. I can't hide no more. I stumble out to the light, I raise my fist up to fight. Then I cast your eye, so full of love. What have I done? I cry at your feet, wounded for me, and all of the monsters in me. But here in your light, we can begin again.
So I realized the path of destruction that I was going down really had to come to an end. And in order to do that, I had to do something really radical. So I ended up moving down to Columbus and just escaping. Christ really gives you exactly what you need when you need it. I met my wife, Lauren, and it just completely changed my outlook on everything. It gave me hope and inspiration. I got hooked up with Rock City in Columbus. And with Rock City, I just remember watching baptisms and just sobbing hysterically because I just knew that God was absolutely moving in an amazing way. It completely changed who I was and where my focus was. So I sunk my teeth back into art through the way of tattooing, and it completely changed my life. We ended up back in Toledo, and in a matter of weeks, we had a tattoo shop, we had a house to rent, and we got plugged into Cedar Creek. In a matter of months after that, we had the opportunity to get baptized and jumped for it. So in October at New Community, Lauren and I got baptized. A really big part of our journey and the way that we share with people and help to bring people to Christ is through Ink and Iron, which is my tattoo shop. Actually, the iron part of Ink and Iron is based out of Proverbs. Iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another man. So not only is it about the art, not only is it about the tattooing, but it's about so much more. You know, it just shows you that God is always working and you have no idea exactly how you can make an impact. When you sit there and you look back through all the drama and all the negativity that you've gone through in life, and you realize that it all happened for a purpose. You know, from being adopted to abuse to womanizing to having your heart broken. You know, it's amazing how all of those negative things can get balled into something, and it literally talks about the Maker's hands and how God was just molding me into this vessel for Him to flow love and to really be impactful to the society around us. Serving at Cedar Creek and just being a part of the community in general and really loving and taking care of people, to me, is what continues to grow my faith and continues to show me that I can do anything through Christ.